Hey everyone, Dad Consultant here. I am sweaty, just been to the gym. Oh my God, look at my hair. I so need a haircut. What I want to talk about today is poverty thinking versus prosperity thinking, all right? Now, poverty thinking is things like, oh, I can't afford that. Or, oh, someone's always got their hands in my pockets trying to get some money. Or, bloody government's always trying to tax me. Tax all the time. Or, every time I go to the mailbox, there's a bloody bill in there. Everyone's just after the money all the time. Bloody bills. You know what I'm saying? Now, that kind of thinking is just a habit, okay? Some people can be predominantly positive, can be predominantly negative, you know what I mean? But that kind of thinking, any type of thinking, is just a habit. So you just need to change your habit from the poverty side of thinking to prosperity side of thinking, okay? So as an example of that, the poverty side thinking of something might be, like I said, oh, I can't afford that. The prosperity side of thinking is, how can I afford that? Or the poverty side of thinking might be like, oh, I have to go to work. Whereas the prosperity side of thinking might be, I get to go to work today. You know what I mean? So don't get me wrong, I used to be like that, like in the past. Like I have had periods in my life where I was just, poverty thinking, negative thinking, like bloody mortgage and paying bills and, blah, blah, blah. And, this is bullshit and this is shit and, all that kind of negative stuff. And then I've had pockets, like I tried to move out of that and be more positive, but honestly still had the little bits of, negative poverty thinking come in from time to time. Like we're only human. It's very rare that people kind of, just change overnight. That's why I like to emphasize that it's a habit, okay? And habits can generally take time. It's like smoking. I used to smoke a lot, right, for years. And I quit. And once I kind of got into my head that mindset that smoking was a habit, I soon got over that and worked my way through it. And just the thought of smoking now is pretty gross. So every time you kind of... No, hang on, let me rephrase that. Whenever you find yourself going to think negatively or you make a negative thought, be aware of it, all right? So if you just think, frickin' Bill, go, oh, that's okay. I'll just pay that, it's all good. Change that habit around, you know what I mean? Just gradually, bit by bit, work on it. Every time you kind of think something negative, be aware of it and change it. And then you'll find that over time, it won't be such a obvious process. That creep in of that negative won't be so predominant, and it'll just be, and then it'll be gone. And you'll replace it with something positive. And then over time, the positive side of things will just take over. And you'll just have that positivity all the time. What you put out is what's going to come back. All right. So if you've ever found, like in the past, I'll use me as an example when I was, in the past. If I've had a shitty day, I'm grumpy, got bloody some kind of issue with the world, and I'm driving, and then that's when shit happens. People cut me off, people beat me, and I'm yelling and going, screaming and all that kind of stuff. I'm putting that negativity out, so of course, that's what I'm going to get back. But if you put positivity out there, you'll get positivity back. Now, listen, this is the rub, right? Listen. You will still get, quote unquote, negativity. But because of your positive outlook and the way you've changed your programming for a positive mindset and a positive outlook, even when that shit happens, it's not going to bother you. You won't dwell on it. Like in the past, if someone cuts you off, you might be going, drive up next to them, going off your nut at them. But when you change things around, if someone cuts you off, you might just think, whatever. And just keep doing your thing. less and less it will affect you and take up your time. You don't need that negative crap to come in and take up your time, all right? So what I'm trying to say, I want you to just be aware of this, all right? Really think of this: poverty thinking, prosperity thinking. And I want you to get into the habit of discerning which is which when you have a thought process in your head, all right? And we really want to diminish the negative and promote the positive, all right? So we're really becoming positive thinkers. And we'll find, like I said just then, the more positivity we put out, the more positivity we'll get back. And the people around us, our family, our friends, it'll generate out to them as well. And you will create an environment that is very positive and very giving, very full of prosperousness. Is that a word, prosperousness? But you know what I mean, all right? So really, that's my kind of thing for today. I wanted to talk to you about poverty thinking versus prosperity thinking, all right? The more you're aware of it, it'll be in here, and you'll find that you will just make change. All right, take care. Again, like I'm trying to say with every video I make now, if you see me on the live on here, drop by, say hello. If you have a small business or a startup, or you're thinking of having or beginning one of those, or you've just started one, whatever, any kind of business, marketing, communications, all that kind of stuff, jump onto my live and ask me, all right? I'm there to give you free advice, all right, on all that kind of stuff. So don't go and pay for it. If you've only got a few questions, jump on, ask me, all right? I'm there to help. All right, take care.